We are gathered for the premiere episode of the PK Pod. Oh, my Lady Gaga. I cannot believe that we are here. Um, I'm doing a podcast. Ah! In a market that's oversaturated with so many podcasts, I said to myself, self, and myself said, why are we here? But God is so good. He literally gave me this a while ago, and I kept running and fighting and kicking and screaming. And now I'm here, fully surrendered. Don't know what the hell I'm doing, what the heliante, but I am so grateful that you guys are here for the journey of the PK Pod. So why the PK Pod? The PK Pod is literally a podcast that will highlight incredible PKs like myself that you may not know from all different industries that you need to hear their stories, you need to hear their journeys, because we are literally human beings first, and we all have platforms, but they may not be the pulpit. And that's literally the premise of this podcast. Just because of our parents' occupation, whether they wanted to do it, decided to do it later on in life, was born into it, um, our journeys are not theirs. And we're human beings first, and I want to be able to highlight that. Um, Being a PK myself, literally raised in the church, feel like basically born in a pew, my journey has been different. Like right now in my 30s, I am literally nowhere near my parents in their church and their ministry. They are pastoring in a whole different city. I am navigating my own purpose and journey in LA. But I'm still serving my local church. I'm still a PK. I still care about the matters of their ministry, but I'm not actively serving in it. And having journeyed through working for another man's ministry, working at one of the largest mega churches, and navigating what that feels like, and the tugs, and just feeling like, am I supposed to be with my parents and doing that? Like, I was voluntold as a kid. Am I supposed to still be doing it? Do I have purpose and identity outside of being a PK and navigating all those things? We're going to dive into that more. You're going to learn more about my journey, how I ended up here in Los Angeles, my connection to all of my guests, and it's going to be incredible. Now, one of the things about the PK Pod is that we rally and we support all, not just PKs, but our CKs, okay? What are CKs? Our CKs are our church kids. Those are the people that weren't necessarily pastors' kids or preachers' kids, but they grew up in church. They love God. They love serving their local church, and they understand the demand of ministry. And they literally held us down. And so we're going to be highlighting those CKs as well throughout the series of the podcast. And then there's just people that are new to the faith that want to learn more about God that we'll hear from. And then you'll have just different stories and journeys. Not all everyone's journeys is the same. Some people are no longer in church. Some people are very active, but we'll see how their faith journey has gotten them to where they are today. So it's going to be exciting. So, what I'm hoping that people will get from the podcast is that you will leave inspired, encouraged, and fueled to pursue whatever it is in your heart to do, whatever it is that God has placed inside of you to do, that you will literally listen to this podcast and be like, you know what? This is exactly what I needed to hear. I had no idea that this person went through this to get to here. I had no idea that, these were the valleys or the things that they had to journey through. I just assumed X, Y, and Z. I hope that you will realize that we all have experienced trials, tribulations, setbacks, but at the end of the day, we're all literally called to do something greater, right? And that we will no longer allow society, the culture, what we see and hear from people who don't know our journeys or don't know the purpose that God has put inside of us to hold us back from pursuing purpose and partnering with God. And so I'm really, really, really hopeful that you will just really enjoy the podcast, that you'll laugh, that you would side eye, that you would literally have an aha moment, that maybe you'll leave and want to journal. Maybe you'll leave and want to reach out to your parents if they're pastors and have a conversation about healing. Or maybe you want to actually get back in church or get closer to God and navigate those relationships deeper. I want you to feel challenged to be better as a person. That's really, really, really my hope from the podcast. And we're going to have a time. We're going to be real. We're going to be authentic. We're going to be vulnerable, because this is vulnerable for me right now. Literally sitting here like that's no cap. I'm really like, in real life. And I want y'all to get to know me and understand that we are in this together. And even when you feel alone, you're not alone. That there's somebody out there just like you that's trying to figure this thing called life out with God. I am an LA native. I am a music executive. I have been in church all my life. I love the institution of church. I am a church girly. I don't run away from that. I fully embrace it. I understand like what it means for people to gather together of a like-mindedness in one environment, actually like going after God, and how that can shift the trajectory of lives, how God presence can sweep in, how when we all get on one accord, it's goals, right? And so I love that the church can cultivate that. I want to I want more people to love it. I want more people of my generation and the next generation and the generations to come to understand the importance of church and the institution of church. I want us to get beyond the scandals of church. I want us to realize that people are human beings first. So whether they're the pastor of the church or there's somebody coming in off the street, no sin is greater. I want us to be able to love each other through the bad times. I want people to understand that I'm not perfect, that I don't think I'm perfect just because I'm a church girl, just because I'm a PK. You know, they say things like, we're the worst ones. The worst of what? We make mistakes just like you do, just like your kids do, just like anybody else. We're human beings first. And I think the title does not make up who we are as, you know, as people. And I think people don't all give grace or extend grace because of titles. And so I want you to get to know me and know that I'm the craziest, silliest person in all of the world. But I really genuinely love these people. I love God's people, and all the people that I have the privilege of interviewing on this podcast are really some of my favorite people, like in real life. And I'm just so grateful and honored to be able to share them with you. And a prayer that I've been having specifically about this podcast is that people will literally see the God in me, that they would want to discover and go deeper in their relationship with God through this podcast. Like that's literally goals for me. Like I want people to not click off of the podcast because of the title of the podcast. I want them to realize that this isn't this isn't a religious podcast. This is a real life podcast, with people who literally are navigating real life issues, from different occupations and backgrounds and real life struggles, from deaths in families, from sickness, the illnesses, from, setbacks, losing like job loss. Like these are real life issues that's happening to people, but how they literally have allowed their faith to be their fuel to continue to keep going. You know what I mean? And they're choosing life, they're choosing purpose, they're choosing to remain positive. And so I'm hoping that really the prayer is that people will literally feel encouraged, they'll feel seen, and that they'll continue to want to go deeper in God versus giving up on life. Because it's hard right now. I don't know if y'all been outside, but it is ghetto, 0 stars, do not recommend. It's a lot going on in the Americas. Man, I'm encouraged. I think this podcast is definitely going to stretch me in new ways. I'm a creative, okay? So, yes, I'm a corporate girly, but I'm a creative at heart. And so, me doing this is me allowing myself to, have a creative outlet. Um, And I hope that people, my listeners, my subscribers, my future subscribers, that they just feel the passion to go after it again. Like honestly, I feel like there's just this thing where people are feeling like, man, I'm gonna just chill right now. Like it's a lot going on, but I feel like this is the time that we need to do it anyway. Like we don't know what's going on in our world. We need to go after every single thing that God has placed in our hearts to do, because at the end of the day, we are King's kids and He's got us. Like, no matter what's happening outside of the four walls of your house, you're covered. You know what I mean? And so I want people to do it anyway, do it afraid, do it without having all the money, do it without having all the resources, and just really, really, really go after those things. Because I really believe that if we all go after those things that are God ideas and that are purposeful, that the trajectory of our world will be in a better place. You know what I mean? And so, yeah, those are my last thoughts. I'm really just out here podcasting now, y'all. Y'all go subscribe and listen. Please and thank you. But no, it's going to be amazing. So some of the people you're going to hear from this season is all different occupations. We got singers, we have TV writers, we have stylists, we have pastors' kids, we have church kids, we have everybody as a King's kids here. So I hope that you guys enjoy. I hope that you would follow us. You can follow us on Instagram at the PK Pod. You can follow us on TikTok at the PK Pod. Listen, we want y'all to stay connected with us. We're going to be dropping early releases to those that are subscribed, that are following us. There's going to be some giveaways. There's going to be some perks. I don't want to tell you all the perks. You have to stay connected. So make sure that you are following us at the PK Pod. And listen, if you're a PK and you are like, listen, I love everything that you're doing, or if you're a CK and you want to be a part of this podcast, you can literally email us at pkpod@jasminedwards.com. And be sure to hit that notification bell on YouTube so that you can stay connected and be notified first of the latest episode drops. We would love to hear your story and hear more from you, because we all have platforms, but they may not be the pulpit.